What's up, everybody, and welcome back to yet another episode of According to Blake. I am so hype, so hype for today's episode. Today, I am joined by two-time Olympic champion, undisputed heavyweight champion, the GWOAT, the Claressa Shields. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me, Blake. Appreciate you.
I'm really excited for this because when I look at other interviews and other things that you've done, you're really, really funny.
Yeah.
You're really funny. And you seem like a girl's girl, like somebody that girls would want to talk to.
Yeah.
That my audience would love. But I feel like that doesn't always translate a lot because of the sport.
The sport, definitely. Trash talk.
You know,
internet. Yeah.
All of those things kind of play a role. But I was like, I want to talk to you and have a conversation that is all of those things, to show those things about you. So I guess I'll kick it off because we are both Michigan natives, both of us. How did the impact of Flint play a role in kind of the tenacity that you've cultivated throughout the years?
Well, you know, Flint just breeds very tough people, very resilient people. And I mean, my upbringing has a lot to do with how I am. And I can say in a good way and in a bad way. You know, I think that I'm super confident and I don't believe that anyone can beat me because that's the attitude that you have to have growing up in Flint. Flint is just tough. Flint is tough. It's a no-quit city. It's a no-quit people. And some of the most genuine diamonds in the rough you'll ever meet come out of Flint, Michigan.
And do you feel like you said, it's the good and the bad? And I think that one thing about you is like you were catapulted into the spotlight at 17. And I tell people all the time, like my crash outs, all the crazy things I did, none of it was televised. Like nobody knew who I was. Your life has not been that, right? Since 17, you've been under a microscope. Has that impacted or interfered with the sport itself, with you? You know, has it made it harder? Has it made it more difficult?
Nah, see, I didn't really have many crash out. I have more crash out moments later in my career. You know, I can say like 28, 29, 27 maybe. But I didn't really have too many crash out moments from 17 to 21. I was fighting in both Olympics. So all I was doing was training and making sure I can win another Olympic gold medal. Now that we get past 21, you know, turning professional, I've always had like a very simple life. Like I know I'm rich. I know I'm, you know, got all these belts and all this money and stuff, but I live a very like simple life. Like I just started buying Versace and jewelry and Gucci.
It looks
and all
good
this
on
stuff.
you though.
Thank you. I just started doing that. Before it was like, I'm saving every dime I have. I'm saving money. I'm buying houses. I'm in the real estate. I'm taking care of family. So, yeah, you were saying, what was the question that you asked me?
Has it made it harder? Like being in the spotlight, your entire life is kind of played out in the spotlight.
I think it's harder now because my life has been in the spotlight and I don't really have too many crash moments, but I think now it's like, now it's just more things you have to ignore, more attention, stuff that I didn't used to get. Well, I used to get it for boxing, but it wasn't. It's different now, you know, dating another celebrity and now his fans or his trolls are your trolls, fans are your fans and vice versa. But sometimes it's just difficult, you know, but I think the difficult part is now, that's what I was saying, is that I want to be more private, but I've always been super open. I've always been an open book. You get what you see. I'm brutally honest. I just tell you the truth, no matter how hard the truth is. If nobody else gonna say it, I'm gonna say it. Kind of like Boosie. You know, like he just give it to you raw. You be like, Boosie, why you said that? But then I'm like, I was thinking the same thing, dog. I just wasn't gonna say it. You know, so for me, I think that's the challenges of like, I don't want everybody knowing everything I'm doing anymore. Like I want my privacy now, but it's like the fans that you've had are like, why you want to be private now? You've always told us everything. So
I was watching this interview actually with Nene Leakes, and she said that she's learning how to keep it 75 because keeping it 100 has gotten her in too much trouble.
Listen, we live in a world where they think that fake is the norm now. And listen, I don't got nothing against BBLs or fake breasts or fake lips or none of that. I don't got nothing against none of it. Makeup is all to enhance people's beauty, whatever make them feel pretty or, sexy, whatever. But then on the outside of that, you got all this fake stuff here. And then you got the internet where anybody can make their own life and make people think that it's real. People that's poor looking like they rich. People renting out a Bugatti, but then they driving a Honda.
The rental craze is outrageous.
Yeah, and then they taking pictures, and then it's so bad that people are buying clothes like they're renting clothes, taking pictures and clothes, and then giving them back.
The buy and return. And
it's like we live in a world where it's like we don't want you to be real. We don't want you to talk about how much Versace costs. We don't want you to talk about how much a Rolex really costs. That's yours. We don't want you to talk about. We want to talk about fake stuff. We want to be fake. We want to just be made up. We all want to look the same. Nobody want to dress different. Wear they hair different. You don't want to be judged. You want to just look like everybody else and then just be praised and validation from strangers who don't give a shit about you.
I'm happy that you've kind of created the segue into that because you're being real, especially in the Fire Inside. It was portrayed that after the Olympics, one of the issues was brand deals.
Yeah.
And brands wanting to work with you. Do you think that you being so real and so candid has impacted the brands that have wanted to work with you?
No, I don't think that me being real stopped that. I think everything that I was supposed to get, because I have gotten deals in, Dick's Sporting Goods, yeah. Under Armour, Everlast. I've had some big brand deals, Bose headphones, Celsius. I've had Powerade. So I've had some good endorsement deals. I think that whatever is for me, I will get. I don't think that being real could ever go wrong. And also too, people do worse things in our. I don't think the problem of being real is are you chaotic? I've never been chaotic in any part of my career ever. I've never been in jail, domestic violence, shootings, jail period. You cannot find a mugshot of me. I've never been in jail. So and then I don't be online twerking, in which is nothing wrong with that stuff. But when it's like trying to go where I'm trying to go to, it's like I've done everything right and I've been very successful at it. Now, if you add, I say it's hard because it's women's boxing.
Right.
That's why these brand deals run away, because how do you make boxing look pretty inside the ring? You can't.
It's because, society tells us only men's supposed to be fighting each other.
Well, I make millions from boxing, so I can't agree. But it took a while to get to where it's at. But it's like boxing is a sport, and sport has no gender. Like, why can a man be passionate about boxing, but if I'm passionate about it, it's a problem? Same thing with the basketball players. Like, these girls are passionate about basketball and about their sport. It's a problem. It should not be a problem. It's a sport.
But do you think more of it looks more of a problem because you're a Black woman, even in sports, right? We're looking at what happened this weekend with Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. It has been a thing that Black women have been, it has been more encouraged for us to be quiet.
Yeah, they want to put an angry Black woman card all the time. But I can say that in women's sports, we've always been the ones who are dominant, the ones who passionate, the ones who want more. We don't ask for more. We let you know you're going to give us more, and you're going to respect us, and we take a stand. I think that's where the intimidation for the Black woman comes from. And they make all these different words for it. The angry Black woman, oh, she's hard to work with, whatever. And it's not true, but I don't want to base it all off just color. I think that women's sports, I think that people have created a box and they want you to fit inside this box. You can't be anything out of it.
Correct.
And so passion is not even inside this box. They want you can be a winner, but don't brag about your wins. You can be confident, but don't be overconfident. You can't get mad. You can't have an attitude. You can't have a bad day. They want you inside this box. Oh, you got to wear makeup. You got to wear this type of shoes. You got to wear this type of clothes. Talk this way. Be this way. And if you don't, they feel like, okay, that's not the ideal woman or the ideal Black girl that we want for our brand. And I feel like that's the trouble that I have ran into in my career, is that I'm in boxing. Now, outside, in the ring, I have to sell tickets for my fights.
Correct.
I don't have the big endorsement deals. I have some sponsorships now, but it's like the big money that these girls are getting for basketball or whatever sport that they're doing. It's like I'm out here kind of independent. So it's like y'all may not want me to trash talk, but I have to sell my fights to get butts in the seats because that's what pays me.
And we don't complain when men are smacking each other in the face or putting eggs on each other's heads before fights.
Yeah, that was crazy though. That was wild. I ain't never seen nothing like that. Now and that's the thing. I don't even do stuff like that.
You do not do. I've never seen you throw egg on nobody.
I've never slapped nobody at a weigh-in or pushed nobody, or I ain't never done nothing. And I pray to God nobody ever do nothing to me.
That'd be a whole nother situation.
Now you talking about crashing, I'm gonna crash out for real. But no, like I think that's just a difference. But I also feel like too, women's boxing was fairly new in 2012.
Correct.
Still new 2016. Now we done went to Olympics 2020, 2024. Women's boxing has grown a lot due to myself and due to some other women putting their butts on the line too. But I know for a fact that I was the first woman to fight on premium cable in America. And that was a big deal. That started the flame of all these other countries letting these girls fight on TV, paying them the money. I was the first woman to make $1 million in boxing. So it's a lot of firsts.
It's a lot of firsts. So, okay, and I want to go back because you said to the chaos. Now, one thing that you aren't afraid to do, though, is get on social media and talk to somebody. That is one thing
sometimes
that you are absolutely not afraid of. Do you ever get to a point, because I can only imagine, right, being in a position where there are thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of comments about the way you dress, who you date, the shit that you talk. How have you, well, you'll talk back, but like, have you ever been like, you know what, maybe I should, fuck these people?
I'm like that all the time, right? But then you say F them for a week and then here comes somebody else. So it's like, you're already at your limit, right? So then you do that for a month. And it's like, for me, once it starts to build up and it starts to bother me, that's a problem. And I feel like sometimes, I think I heard Tasha Smith say it recently. She said, sometimes you got to check people.
I love her.
And you do. You can't let everybody think that it's okay to talk to you any type of way, comment to you any type of way. And, for me, I got big trolls. Like, I ain't got the ones that got like the 0 followers and the no face. It's like, these are people who got 100,000 followers, 200,000 followers, millions of followers, making a fake narrative, making up lies. When is enough? When do I get to check people and put them in their place? Right? So for me, it's like I can ignore it, but then it gets to a point where it's like, you know what? Nah, I'm about to air this one out. This one came too crazy. I'm about to get this one. So my publicist is my publicist, but she's also my friend. And she's always telling me, just ignore them, girl.
She's wonderful.
Just ignore them, girl. Ignore them. And I'm like, until I say, not today.
Because you go do what you want to do.
Well, not all the time, because I know that, we're having a movie come out. It was so many people that was involved with the movie. Everybody's writing on this movie doing very well. I can't crash out and then it affect Ryan, it affect MGM, it affect everybody. Correct. So it's one of those things where sometimes, even though I wanted to, get on social media and just do what I know. Cause I control too.
I've seen it.
Listen, I'm really good at it. But it's one of those times I'm like, you know what? To me, I told myself, let's just take this L. Cause to me, it's like, this person really can't beat me in no argument, for real. And they really don't have no better point.
Well, they can't beat you in fighting either.
See, that's the thing. They can't beat me in nothing. But I gotta let them get this little light W right here because I'm not gonna respond. I'm be the bigger person. I'm gonna just keep looking forward. I'm gonna just keep ignoring. And it is not easy because I have to ignore somebody or block somebody on social media every single day. Multiple people every day.
Do the critiques about how you dress bother you?
Hell no. They ain't even got enough money to dress how I dress. It don't bother me. I wear what I want to wear. And when I get up in the morning and I put my clothes on, I look in the mirror. I change my outfits about 2 or 3 times before I even pick an outfit. Mm-hmm. I got all type of Gucci, Louis, regular clothes, all that. I go in the closet and I look and see what I like. I put it on. I say, but then I put on something. I say, that's the look. That's what matters to me. Mm-hmm. And I want to be clear. Whoever said that the heavyweight champion boxer of the world was a fucking fashion model. I ain't no model. I'm not into fashion either. I don't know what the season is when you can't wear white, can't wear it, boots, fur. I will wear fur July 26th.
If it look good.
Yeah, I sure will. And it's like, I don't play by these people's rules on what they think is cute and not cute and what's fashionable and what's not. I don't live in that world. Like, I live for me, my internal happiness. And when I get dressed, my man say, girl, you look good.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters to, there you go. It matters to me. Now, if I got on something, he say, I always ask him, I say, do these shoes go with this? Do this go with that? He like, he look at it. I think them go better. Or, no, you was right the first time. So.
People from New York and Michigan, particularly Detroit, dress very similar.
You think?
I think so. For me, I love mink. Like, I'm going to always be in a fur. Mm-hmm. Like, when winter comes, I love fur. I think that it's very maximalist. Like, we like extra. We like the extra jewelry. We like the fur. We like the extra accessories.
I just started doing extra accessories, like these little ear cuffs and stuff.
Very cute.
I just started doing this. Thank you. Like, I'm more just like, I just started wearing earrings.
Really?
Like, I don't do a whole lot of stuff. Like, usually I be having my little nails done, but barely.
But you're in preparation mode too.
Yeah, but also too, I over the past year, I get more of my nails done and get my feet done and manicures, pedicures, like that, massages. But it's never been something that was really big on my list to do. But I don't let people outside judgment make me move no different. You know what I mean? Like, it's so funny that this stuff was happening on social media about me having a stylist and how I dress, because it was like, who the hell asked y'all? I didn't ask y'all, hey, can I put this on? I didn't ask y'all if y'all think it's cute or if it's fashionable. I put it on. I felt good in it. And I took pictures.
Yeah.
On my social media. And then hundreds and thousands and millions of y'all came to my page looking for fashion advice and trying to give me fashion advice when I didn't ask. Mm-hmm. And I didn't give you none either. I would never go to somebody's page.
I think that's very weird.
I would never go to somebody's page and say, ugh, I don't like what this girl got on.
It's very miserable. I'm always like, y'all don't have group chats? Now, if the group chats leak, that's a whole nother story. But my group chats, I send it to the group chat. What?
I'm a group chat girl. I screenshot it quick.
And send it to the group chat. It to the group chat.
I send it to like, now she knows she did wrong.
but it's there.
But to do it publicly and comment on somebody's stuff and think that your opinion matters and trying to be mean and rude. It was like, everybody out here is dealing with something mentally that we may not speak about. And you never know if a person is at their breaking point. And me being a celebrity, I have realized that these fans, these trolls, because they ain't my damn fans.
No.
These trolls want to see you break.
They do.
They want to see you crash out. They want to feel important because you responded to them or because or they feel like they made you do something. That's why I ignore the hell out of them. Now I'm like, you know what? I ain't even about to respond to that. I just block them now. I hate it that they got to get blocked because they can't see all this greatness. But when I block them, I realize that these same people gonna make another fake page just to troll.
Keep coming back.
They keep coming back. So for me, it's like that's just miserable. And I don't know who made them feel like that was okay, but I pay all my own bills. I buy my clothes. I get a few purses and gifts and shoes here and there from other people, but I pay for all my stuff. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to how I dress and what I put on, that ain't nobody's business but my business.
Correct. Now I have to ask, there was a lot going on social media, and you did say that you feel like light-skinned women are the ones who come for you the most. Do you feel like you said that in a moment of anger because that was what you were seeing at the time? Or has that truly been your reality?
I had been seeing it for days. That's what had, when I look at the comments and when I was on live, you can see the front pictures. It was mostly the light-skinned women that I had saw. But of course, there's mean women who are black, who are dark-skinned women, brown-skinned women, different countries, whatever. But at the time, I think I was more just, I did get really frustrated because as I'm on live talking about whatever I was talking about, I keep seeing rude comments. And then before I knew it, it came out. And I was like, oh, shit.
Here we go.
Oh, here we
go. Yeah.
And in a way, I knew it was going to be viral. But it was like people who know me knows that it came from a place of frustration and like a place of me wanting them to look at themselves and say, like, the girls who was coming at me saying, oh, who would start making posts about me, oh, she got a problem with light-skinned girls. It was like, y'all the girls I was talking about. Because if you're not a light-skinned girl who was trolling me or, messing with me, why would what I said bother you? If you know that, because it was some girls who came like, hey, girl, it's your favorite light-skinned girl. Just come and
Not
say
your
that you
favorite
look
light-skinned girl.
Girl, saying that you look cute, girl, and I'm light-skinned. And I'd be like, girl, you good, and I had to, some girls came to like, hey, even though you hate us, girl, I think you look good today. I'm light-skinned. Like they were being sarcastic. And I had to let them know, like, listen, I don't have anything against any color of women, because my best friend she's almost white. Nene, like she's
a little high yellow.
She's very high yellow.
A little tinge of high yellow.
And I love her to death. And it's never been like a, dark skin, light skin thing with me. Like I think that all black women are beautiful, whatever. I just think that sometimes, it's just a lot of like people have insecurities and then they come pushing their insecurities on you. Mm-hmm. And that comes from every color. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But I just, at the time, it was more like, yeah, it's these light skins, but it's also been like light skin,
it's everybody,
skin.
Right?
It's been everybody. I mean, Fashion Nova tried to troll me and almost got their ass sued.
They did, which I find to be so tacky from a brand perspective.
But you know what? You know what it showed me. So I got to feel myself with this one. And so I had to go on there and say, what is Fashion Nova, net worth? And when I seen it said billions of dollars, I said, $1 billion company trolling.
It's worried about you.
Trolling the globe.
It's worried about you.
Girl, you gonna get to them billions. Okay. I said, you know what? Y'all just confirmed to me what I was asking myself. Because I was asking God, like, am I gonna be a millionaire? Like a multimillionaire? Or am I gonna be a billionaire? And I really couldn't figure it out. And then God was like, boop, Fashion Nova trolled you. You're going to be a billionaire.
You're going to be a billionaire.
And I was like, okay.
Then you control them back. Then you can get to trolling them back with more money.
Yeah, and it's the thing. I was just like, that was just so, like they, sent emails apologizing, wanting to talk, took their comment down, all this other stuff. But they still didn't right their wrong. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like they were asking me to be a brand ambassador last year just for somebody who works for them to troll me on like a post that nobody asked them. First of all, I've shopped with Fashion Nova and I've wore their stuff and I've tagged them and I've looked dang good in the clothes that I wore for them. But it was like, y'all don't notice that, but y'all notice all this negativity and all this drama stuff. And that's for me where I feel like you had mentioned crashing out. I think I should crash out more. I think that's something that's missing. It's like people like the drama. People like when you got 2 million followers, but you only got 2 million because you done got into an argument with this person,
look,
that
the
person,
male
and that
boxers
person.
are always in mess. If we want to talk about the big male boxers, it is true. There's a double standard because I can always count on some mess from a male boxer.
100%.
I can always count on like baby mama drama. I can always count
domestic
on
violence.
I can always count on it. So now I'm not saying that you should crash out more. You're gonna stress your sweet publicist out, but but I do think that. But I get what you're saying now. You've been mentioning your man a lot throughout this, and I asked you. I said, when are you leaving? I asked you before this. I said, when are you leaving? You're like, well, I be here. I be in New York now. Mm-hmm. What is it like being in? Both of your relationships were fairly public. Your last relationship in which you were engaged, but not this public. Yeah, because you're now with a figure who is just as
one
big
of the best MCs ever. Papoose.
The greatest and the greatest.
Yep.
What is that? What has that been like? The public and like the public aspect of it.
It has its pros and cons, to be honest with you. Like, at the beginning, when people first found out about us, I feel like it was kind of mixy. It was like 50-50. Mm-hmm. And then, but the thing is, it was like, we was already 100 already.
Right.
We was already in it. And I think that we both was like, yeah, that's why we was private, because this is what we wanted and this is what, we got to be with each other and celebrate each other without the judgment of others. I feel like now, at first it was mixy, now it's like people love us now. Mm-hmm.
It's crazy how fast they switch.
Yeah. But you know what? I think that Pap is more open now and showing a different side of him. And I've always been open, right? But I'm also, like you said, I'm in my soft girl era. Mm-hmm. And I think that we both are just two great people. And when you get two great people that's together, I think the fans and people who love us and who follow us can feel that. And they know that what we have is real.
And he's very supportive. He's at every weigh-in.
Yeah.
He's there when you walk out. Mm-hmm. And I think that is something that people have always known about. Like, he's always had a reputation for being a solid dude. Mm-hmm. And I can only imagine that is what you're experiencing right now.
Yeah, I'm experiencing that times 10 because I'm great. I'm experiencing that times 10. I mean, like, he's there. He communicates. He's very nice. We do everything together. And he's very just like considerate. He don't really do he don't just do stuff where you got to be like, why you do that? It's like, he's like, hey, is this okay? Hey, is that okay? He's not like, oh no, he just like a real manly man. And he's a solid guy. You know what I'm saying? And he helps where help is needed. Mm-hmm. Like, he just see that you need help somewhere. You don't have to ask. He just kind of do it. And you're like, oh, okay, thank you.
And you just turned 30. I just turned 30.
Oh, 30 club.
This shit is kind of rough. But the girls have been telling me date older. Yeah. Should I date older? That's what the girls are telling me. Mm-hmm. They're telling me I need to stop dealing with the men in their 30s.
Listen. So, one, after my last relationship, I was like, I'm about to go younger.
Really?
Because the guy I was with, he was 37. And I said,
and you were in your 20s at the time.
29.
Okay.
Right. So I'm like, you know what? These older men ain't working out. But then before him, I was with a guy who's my same age. Okay. But I said, he ain't working out. So I said, I'm gonna go in the middle of there.
A cute 34.
Yeah, somewhere in there, right? 33. And then Pap showed up. And I can say that you will appreciate a more put together man than a man who is still working on having to be put together or learning himself or learning how to deal with his emotions, how to communicate. Like,
we're always mothering men who should have been mothered already.
Jesus Christ. Listen, I just...
I couldn't imagine you mothering as an Olympic gold medalist. I don't have no gold medal, so I had a little bit of time and energy to mother somebody's son. I don't know how you had any energy to mother anybody's son.
It's still like you still have to build these guys. You still have to instill something in them. You have to, if they didn't get loved by their mom or talk too nicely by their mom, you got to talk nice to them. You got to be nice to them. And like you said, I'm getting ready for the Olympics. I'm not nice to nobody, really. You
have a goal.
Right?
You have a goal.
I'm nice to the bag. I go to the gym, I run. I eat very healthy. I drink water. I don't really have to deal with people. Nobody wants to deal with me because every time they're like, hey, what we doing? I'm like, hey, we about to go run. We're going to get the bag.
I would not want to deal with you either.
And they'd be like, yeah. Run. That's how my sister was. She'd be like, girl, bye.
Yeah,
I ain't doing it with you. So, yes, I think older men are, from my experience, you want a man that's seasoned. And he done been through some things already, so you don't have to go through the same stuff because you already been through it.
And do you feel like you've been engaged before? Mm-hmm. Do you think this is it?
Girl, you a hot mess.
I want to know. She'll tell you. I'm like, are y'all getting married or not? Are we getting married?
Okay. So, all right, I got you. So me and Pap love each other a lot. People don't know how much we love each other because we don't be on like online kissing and hugging, and we don't feel the need to do that. But we spend so much time together because we enjoy each other's time.
Y'all are friends.
Yeah, we are friends, and then we also lovers, and we even train together. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
yeah, I saw that y'all were doing the
doing
They were saying he got you. They were saying he kind of had you.
Girl, my arm was messed up from my last fight. Don't do too much. He was so geek too. Like, yeah, so geek. I'm like, boy, beat me in the race.
The comments were like, damn, I think Pap got her.
Nah, Pap definitely got me that time. He blew me in the water. I said, you goddamn show off. And my shoulder, my shoulder was messed up from the last fight. But no, what was I saying? No, about okay, so is Pap the one? I believe that Pap is the one. But time tells everything. And I feel like time will tell that. But we have been planning our future together. Mm-hmm. And I just want to take it day by day. I don't want to look too far. We just take it day by day. And 99% of our days have been very good.
Do y'all be slapboxing? Would he dare slapbox with somebody like you? Men be playing, but
he play a lot. He play a lot now. Pap, he think he got hands and all that stuff and knocking people out. He think he just got them. And I'm like, bro, quit playing, man. But we do I think I practice my trash talk to Pap. Like he do stuff, I be trash talking to him.
But he's good at trash talk back, so I assume it's
yeah. We be cracking up. He say something, I'm like, why'd you say that? But no, it's a really fun relationship. Like we have a lot of fun. And that's what I think that relationships are missing. We all think about the love part of it, the family part of it. 50-50, or is he paying my bills? Is he buying me purses? Is he doing this and that? No, I think people need to focus more on being happy in your relationship. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I think once you're happy and you really love somebody, that all those perks will come with it because the man wants to take care of his woman. If you're with the man and he doesn't want to at least try to take care of you, I don't think that he's the one for you.
No.
Now, me, I'm a millionaire. So I don't. Now, Pap got his own money too. I'm not. I've never.
But he's a provider. And that's a spirit that it doesn't matter how much money you make. If you are a provider, then he wants to provide for you.
Right. So he provides in ways with money, in ways, and like I said, I don't even have to ask for help. He just help. Mm-hmm. I can be putting on my shoe and I'm struggling, and he be like, "I got you." Mm-hmm. He just always just looking and paying attention. And like I said, we have a lot of fun together. We have a lot of fun together, and that's what makes the relationship worthwhile.
And I think it sounds like you're in a love that, like you said, you're in your soft girl era, and the love sounds very soft. Of course, I saw the fire inside, and we got, background about your upbringing. Did you ever think that based on what you had seen and the way that you had grown, that you would experience a soft love like this?
Well, one, I feel like, so I always get mixed up if I have 4 or 5 boyfriends so far. And I can say that my relationships, I've always been with guys who love me, right? Who like me a whole lot.
The like part is important.
Yeah, like I've always been with guys like that. But these guys also too never learned how to. Everybody have a different love language, and people think that with me being a fighter, that I want the bare minimum. Like oh, she's independent. She don't need anything. It was like, no, I do. I need you to wait on me hand and foot. I need back massages, foot massages. Like I need nails done, hair done. I need a ride.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I need, you to let me vent to you. Like I need a lot of like emotional support. People think just because you got money and you successful, they kind of overlook the things that you need, right? And you can be verbal and say, hey, I need you to do this, but I think guys have been like, oh, that's just her complaining. And they were like, listen, I don't ask you for anything else, so the free stuff you should be able to do. The affection, the attention, the quality time. And I think that I don't know, I feel like these guys have been so caught up in just the boxing aspect. They haven't been able to see past the hard exterior, I think.
And one thing I watched another interview of yours.
Wait, sorry, you asked me that I ever think I would experience
love like this.
No, listen, experiencing Pap is completely different. Like, and I can honestly say that, like, he's very, very different. And I feel like he has added a lot of value to my life and a lot of comfort. And just knowing that no matter what, I can have a good day, bad day, medium day, he's there.
He's there. And speaking to that hard exterior, because I did watch another interview of yours where you kind of broke the hard exterior and you were talking about the ways that you providing for your family have drained you. Now at 30, I feel like, and I don't know if you feel this, I feel like 30 has been such a turning point for me in just like I feel like I really don't give a fuck. Like it's very different and it's quick and it comes quick. Now, that interview was before you were 30. Now that you're 30, how do you say no? How do you stop those boundaries? And has your relationship with your family since then evolved or changed or gotten any better?
So that interview that you saw where I said people don't want what you give them, they want what you have. My little sister saw that.
Okay.
And we hadn't been speaking, and this is my blood sister, same mama, same daddy. And we hadn't spoken in a while. I always talk to her kids because her kids are like my kids. That's how close we are.
And that's how it was portrayed in the film too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but it was like she had done things that had betrayed me, and it was hard to forgive her, you know. And her seeing that interview, she realized how much she had hurt me and everything, and she reached out and she apologized, and I just wouldn't talk to her. You know what I mean? I'm like, nah. You shouldn't have did that. Like, to me, it's not even about what you did. It's just the principle of it. And she apologized, and me and her started working, you know, on building back our friendship and our relationship. And it made me realize, too, that, yeah, it's hard at the top, but then she said it's hard at the bottom, too. You know, and I was like, in my mind, I'm like, what the hell she talking about? You know, and realizing that, you know, she still go through stuff, too. You know, and she got to deal with people. And that's what makes her lash out and makes her do things and hurt people.
Yeah. You
know, and if she's hurting and if she's going through something, she just want, oh, you out here living your best life. Hell, well, I'm about to make you feel what I feel. And I think that's kind of what me and her talked about. And that's where she was just like, listen, I want my sister back and I'm willing to work with you on me and you being back cool and everything and getting back close. Like, was I willing to work? And it took a lot of praying to God to do that. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said,
back to the boundaries.
Not everybody gets that luxury of that. You do something wrong to me, especially now while I'm 30, your ass is cut off.
Yeah.
You're gone. I'm sorry. No, I'm not going for none of that because I'm a really good friend. I'm a good family member. I try to help everybody as best as I can, not just with money, but like creating opportunities, put money in their pocket, giving advice, being a listening ear when I ain't got time to listen to my goddamn self.
Yeah.
and I make time for them. So I know that I'm a good person. And people, to me, gravitate toward people like me who are nice and genuine, and they just want to take from them. They're like, oh, she's a giver.
I'm going to take.
And if you keep allowing that, they will take everything from you.
Yeah.
And so now at 30, I am more like, listen, don't mess up with me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not a thing of like, oh, I can just move on and everybody is irreplaceable. No, it's a thing of, I'm not settling for that. I didn't deserve that. And the fact that you did that, this is the consequence.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to be around me, you're going to treat me this way. And that goes for everybody.
Correct.
Family, friend, relationship, fan.
Correct.
You're going to be kind. You're going to be nice. Because I know me, I'm a boxer and everything, but I know that I'm very sensitive. And I don't even show people that. People just think, oh, I'm just so tough. I'm a world champion. I fight. I knock girls out. It's like, yeah, all that good. But I'm very sensitive to words. And that's why I tell people, like, watch how you speak to me. Watch how you text me. Because I could already be going through something already. And then here you come with
the bullshit.
Yeah, and it's like, now you done tricking me some more.
Yep.
And now I got to cuss you out and say what I was trying not to say to you the whole time.
Right.
So I think that 30 definitely opened my eyes to listen, like, everybody don't deserve your energy. They don't deserve to be in your space. And the only way you can protect that is just like letting them know. And when they mess up, I feel like I give people enough rope to just hang themselves.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, oh, you want to keep acting stupid? All right.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, they do something, I'll be like, oh, see, my gut was telling me I should have got rid of you way earlier, but I gave you 3 months too much time, and now you done did this. Good for you. Peace.
Enjoy yourself. Now, I want to get to the boxing, and you mentioned earlier that you're eating well and drinking water, and I want to talk about a topic because my audience, they're probably not girls who know tons about boxing, but one thing that we do know about is weight loss.
Okay, talk to me now.
And I want to talk about the controversies around weight loss in boxing. So somehow this popped up on my TikTok For You page. I don't even know how. Chris Eubanks Sr. and Jr., they're big British boxers.
I know they are.
Yeah.
Conor Ben.
Yes.
Chris Eubanks.
Chris Eubanks Sr., for a while, said that he was not going to support his son or go to his most recent fight.
Yeah.
For a myriad of reasons, but one of the reasons he talked about was because how dangerous it was that he got down in weight so fast. And he said he couldn't support it. His other son, to my understanding, had passed from a heart attack, not necessarily from the same thing, but he just understood the dangers around the cut. You had talked about in another interview, because people want you to perhaps get down in weight to compete at middleweight.
No, I competed there. They want me to go to welterweight, which is 147.
147. Can you talk about that process as a woman? I think it's interesting because when men lose weight, men can be like, today I'm not going to have a Coke. And they wake up and they done lost 3 pounds. For women, particularly Black women, that is not our reality. So what does that look like? And how do you do that in a way that is healthy, that doesn't harm your body?
I think first learning that less calories and then you burn more calories. So the calorie deficit is very important. The water intake is very important.
How much water would you say that you intake during those times?
A gallon a day.
Okay. You drink a lot of water.
A gallon a day, because water helps cleanse you out. And then when water is cleansing you out and then you're refilling back with the spinach, the broccoli, the fruits, the lean meats, the beans and the rice, and then also portion foods. We don't, we go into these restaurants. It's the reason why America is number 1 on the obese list, because all of our food is way too much. They're giving us way too much food. But when I'm losing weight, I eat. Every meal I have is about 600 calories.
Okay, so you're still consuming over 2,000 calories a day.
Yeah, I'm consuming way over 2,000 calories because I'm eating 3-4 times a day.
Okay.
So with that, I'm eating a good 5 ounces of meat, 4 ounces of rice, 6 ounces of vegetables. And sometimes I'll do a snack, some bread or whatever. But with that now, when I go to the gym, and I'm drinking my water.
Right.
The more water you drink, yeah, it's gonna clean you out. But the more water you drink, the more that come in, the easier it come out. So when you go into the gym and you're not sweating, it's not because you're not working hard. It's because you're not even hydrated.
You don't have anything to burn. Right.
Right. So you trying to sweat and you sweating a little bit. You wondering why Sally over here sweating like she just drenched, and you did the same workout and you feel like you worked just as hard, but you're not drenched. It's because there is no water. In order for water to come out of you and to cleanse you, you have to drink it. And people think that, oh, you drink less water, you drink less. You don't want to drink pop. You want to stay away from sugar, stay away from the sweets, less stuff that's white, less bread, less potatoes, less pasta, right? Except for like if it's like a grain or something like that. But for me, I think it's just with like the weight loss, I recognize that the lowest that I'm going to go is 160. You know, and I've been down to 154 because I was undisputed there.
Okay.
But when I was there, it was very, very hard to get fights. The girls kept turning me down, and then they kept saying, "Oh, she's too big for 154." And it was like, how am I too big for 154? And I made the weight to be at 154.
Because we as women can't have anything. We get to the weight that they say, and then they say we're too big. We get even so. You've established that 160 is where you're going to stay.
Yeah, 154 or 160. Right now, everybody's telling me 160 because I'm so strong and big up at heavyweight, up at 175. But yeah, those girls who are at those lower weight classes don't want to fight me no way. I'm gonna go down there and it's gonna be a waste of time. They're not gonna fight me. They're gonna make up excuses, and that's what it's gonna be. But that's how you lose weight, though. You look at how much you're eating. You start eating less. You start intaking more water. And definitely, if you want to up the workouts, you can.
Do you think that there should be, and I don't know if the US and the UK have different rules, should there be regulation around how fast somebody can, because that's what they were saying with the Chris Eubanks fight, was that there should be regulations that people shouldn't be able to cut this fast and you know, it can put a strain on the heart. Like, do you think that there should be regulations in boxing around the cut?
I don't think that the cut is the problem. I think them putting this rehydration clause on fighters is the problem.
Okay.
Now, I seen when Chris Eubanks was losing the weight, and I respected that, how he was losing the weight because he wanted to make the fight and he put his best foot forward. But what I didn't like is that he had a rehydration clause, which 1 gallon of water weighs 8 pounds. So to be told that you can't, and like I said, I drink a gallon of water. A gallon of water a day. So if that's 8 pounds and you tell me, hey, the fight gonna be at 154, but you can't rehydrate past 160, you tell me that I can't drink a gallon of water? Because the food gonna weigh what it weigh by itself.
Right.
Now I can't drink a gallon of water. So to me, that's where when you're dehydrated, it makes you more sustainable for brain bleeds, head injuries, body cramps. That's what dehydration does. Like, you perform at 50% less when you're dehydrated.
So what girls do want to fight you?
Lonnie Daniels, July 26th in Detroit.
Correct. Little Caesars Palace. Get
your tickets on Ticketmaster. She's light heavyweight champion of the world, two-time light heavyweight champion of the world from New Zealand. She wants to fight. I beat so many great girls already, you know. So who's left?
Do you ever feel like it's a challenge anymore? Like, I'm sure that at one point, maybe no girl will ever come through again that can fight like you. But has there ever been a girl that you're like, I was a little nervous to fight her?
Nah, I'm not nervous to fight none of them. Savannah was big, but Danielle Perkins, the last girl I fought against, was bigger than Savannah and had a bigger punch. And she was more durable. So size don't scare me. These girls don't have better skills than me. They don't got better defense. They're not meaner than me inside the ring. I don't be worried about nothing.
Now, I did hear, a little birdie told me, that you are more interested in MMA, though. You like MMA more than boxing.
Nah, I don't know who said that. I like the art of fighting.
Okay.
And I did MMA, and I was 2-1, which I should have been 3-0. I feel like I won all 3 of them fights with them girls trying to take me down and break my arm and all this stuff. But I would say that I love fighting in general, and MMA was fun. But I made a promise to, so me and Pap been together for some time now, and I told him I'm like, hey, I believe I have one more fight in MMA, and he can't even handle boxing match.
I can't watch MMA if I don't know the person. I couldn't imagine.
I dominate in boxing, and Pap is there having a heart attack the whole time. So I told him I had one more fight in MMA. He was like, no. He's like, no. He was like, listen, boxing is good. Let's stick with boxing. You great at boxing. He was like, could we please not do MMA no more? And I looked at him, said, I think about it.
It's brutal.
Yeah.
It is and like you said, they're trying to break your arm. Boxing is not.
It's a beautiful chaos though, ain't it? No? I like the art of it. You know, like we got smaller gloves, we got hands, we got feet, we got knees.
Y'all are street fighting.
There you go.
Y'all are street fighting.
I love a good old street fight now. But it's so many things that go into the concept of MMA. And I remember training 6 months for every fight. And that's a lot of time to be away from my family, my friends, and then to go in there and still like have a tough fight. Oh my God. So
yeah, because nobody walks out the ring completely unscathed.
Nah, never.
Nobody.
Not in MMA.
No.
Even if you go in there and you dominate, something's still wrong.
Correct.
You can dominate and you can hit your hand and you can hit them and you're gonna have a bruised knuckle. Like something gonna be wrong in MMA. Like it's even hard to train. In boxing, you can train at 80 and 90% when you spar. In MMA, you have to go 60, 50% because you can injure yourself. I remember, man, this dude kicked me so hard in the leg one time. I said, oh,
during sparring?
What? Kicked the shit out of me, man. I was learning how to check kicks. And I went to check it and he must have caught me like right there. And then I checked it. But when I put my foot down, I said, oh shit.
How do you even recover? I don't know. I joked to all my friends, like, granted, I am no world-class athlete. But I was joking to my friends. I'm like, I grunt. I'm like, I done got old. The joints don't work the same.
Girl, you
I'm like, I've been getting out the chair like, oh, this is, how do you recover from getting kicked in your knees? Like,
so I have been an athlete since the age of 8. But I started boxing at the age of 11. And I will tell you that Icy Hot, Advanced Icy Hot is my best friend. BioFreeze is my best friend. And massages are my best friend.
Yeah, because I
put my body through all this strenuous training only because I'm like, I'm going to take care of myself after. But when he kicked me in the leg, one thing I don't do is let muscles lock up. Get tight.
So what do? You immediately collapse?
Hell no. I took them gloves and everything off. I limped over there to my bag. I went and got the Icy Hot and I rubbed it right up my leg. So because the Icy Hot, it goes in there and it takes the pain away, and you able to stretch the muscle and it don't get tight like this. When it get tight and you can't.
So you don't even give it time.
No,
to begin. Okay,
I'm quick.
Okay.
Anything hurt? I'm like Icy Hot. The Icy Hot.
So when I think about, so this is a question. Actually, my daddy was so excited that I was interviewing you. He's Detroit raised.
Okay,
and he wanted me to ask you about if James Toney at all inspired you when you were getting into boxing.
Come on now. James Lights Out Tony. Of course. I love him. We were on Family Feud together.
Okay.
And I grew up watching him fight. And he's a great trash talker. He's a great fighter. And he wasn't scared of nobody, man.
Much like you.
And he did MMA. We got a lot in common.
Now, you can't do no more MMA.
No, listen, I already made a promise to Pap that MMA was over. And I told him, I said, that's the only thing I'll be doing concerning my boxing career for you. Well, during my career. But also too, like, listen, MMA takes so much work. I was like, I'm just not, whatever. And I'm like, you know what, good. Just because you asked, I'll do it for you.
So how many fights in boxing do you think you have left in you? Like at what age do you think, because I know you want kids and I know that, so I know you said you were going to train, not fight, but train through your pregnancy. At what age do you think that you're going to maybe say, I've done enough, I ain't got shit to prove?
The age was 38, but it depends on how I feel. I was this girl, so I'm 52 to be honest with you. I mean, there's not a girl that can come along and be athletic enough to beat me. I would like for one of these young girls to come calling me out like I did Layla Ali. I would love for a young girl to come barking on my tree. I'll whoop her young ass. That's what I'll do. Sometimes you gotta put a girl in their place, you know what I'm saying? And I believe that that's just me though. I think that I would want to, that's how I would like to pass the torch. And passing the torch is, listen, if you can beat me in a fight, you can be the greatest now. Now it's your era. Now you get the respect and you get my fans and everybody look at you now because you beat me. Yeah. You know, that's kind of how I would like to in my legacy by passing the torch and supporting whoever is next up.
So July 26th is your next fight. Mm-hmm. What do your days look like right now?
Right now I got a lot of press, a lot of phone calls about just the fight event itself. We just locked in I forgot to talk about this. Who's walking me out for my fight.
Okay, it's not too late.
Yeah, so Rick Ross. He walking me
the biggest
out.
boss.
The boss. I think I'm Big Meech. Larry Hoover.
This is in Detroit, y'all. So if you want to go, it's in Detroit.
It's in Detroit at Little Caesars Arena. We got so much stuff going to be happening at the actual fight. You want to be there. The zone will not telecast everything that's going to happen. But if you're in the arena, we got special performances by artists. We got Rick Ross walking me out.
It's going to be a spectacle, like as it should be.
It's going to be crazy. And 19,000 people are expected to come out. So 19,000, we want to sell this place out. I did 12,000 my last fight.
Okay.
So 19,000 this fight should be. So.
How do you think that Lonnie is going to perform against you?
I think Lonnie is going to come and put her best foot forward. You know, this is life-changing for her.
It is.
I don't think that I can be beat. So with me having that mindset, I know that Lonnie knows that he's in for a rough night. Mm-hmm. He's in for a rough night. And my mom will be at the fight. Pap will be at the fight. Even Pap mom may be at the fight. And them people who
I got to get to Detroit.
Yeah, like it's the place you want to be. But I just think that I'm so powerful, I'm so strong, I'm so fast at heavyweight. And at any weight, to be honest with you, 5 different weights.
Right, you wanted the weights.
But anyway, heavyweight, I've been knocking these girls out. I've been dropping them, you know? So I hope that Lonnie is chewing her gum and doing her push-ups and doing her neck exercises like Mike Tyson because she gonna need them. July 26th.
I'm so excited. Thank you so much
of course,
for coming on. You are so fun. You are exactly what I thought you would be. You're so fun. You're a girl's girl. If you guys have not, make sure that you watch The Fire Inside, which is, of course, the movie with Ryan Destiny where she
It's on Amazon Prime.
You must watch it. And the fantastic Brian Tyree Henry.
Yes, they did such a good job.
But thank you.
Of course. Thank you for having me, Blake.
You in New York. You're a New York girl now. We got to do New York girl things.
And what do New York girls do? I don't know.
Yeah, us three. We'll go out and
you go like to Zumba and shit like that? Y'all go to Zumba?
So I'm a big Legree girl. Have you heard of Legree? So it's like Pilates on steroids.
Oh, no. See, now
so
y'all
the reformer moves both ways rather than one way.
That's where y'all not going to get me at.
Really? But it's strength training. I imagine you would probably go in and...
I did a yoga class.
Yoga's flexibility. I hate yoga.
And when I got done, I said, oh, my God. The old ladies in there was doing better than me. I said, I ain't doing this no more.
It'll humble you. It'll humble you. The flexibility. No, Pilates, I mean, Legree is much more strength training than it is.
Okay. Well, maybe I could try it.
Yeah, you actually might love that. You got to come out. We live a little ways from the city. You got to come out and hang out with us out that way.
Yeah, let me know.
Okay.
Let me know.
Okay.
I'm around.
Thank you for joining.
For sure.
Yeah.